Folks, this is the Teutonic Plague, and I've been doing some thinking lately. I've been thinking about what it means to be an Eagles fan. Now, in terms of the pregame, as it turns out, the pregame is not the meat of this video because basically, in short, I have no hard feelings towards the Bears. I respect the Bears as athletes. So that's my opinion on the Bears. My opinion on the Bears versus the Eagles is I am confident that we can win. Of course, I'm confident that we can win every single game that we play. I expect an Eagles win every time because I know we can do it. Which leads me into the real meat of this video. The pre-postseason speech, if you will, the pre-postseason little spiel that I'm going to go off on. Now, folks, we made the playoffs this year, and it really comes to me as no surprise. I believed we could make the postseason all year. But, folks, being an Eagles fan in and of itself, it's not about making the postseason. It's not about, being an Eagles fan isn't about winning. Now, it's fun when we win and it sucks when we lose, don't get me wrong. I myself want the Eagles to win every game possible. And I expect an Eagles win every week. Which is why I get so damn brokenhearted when we lose. And why I celebrate so damn hard when we win. You've watched my victory videos and my defeat videos. And you know me. You know that when we lose, I can be either analytical or I can be extra and especially heartbroken, depending on the situation. But I'm mostly heartbroken when we lose. But folks, that's being an Eagles fan for you. It's got its ups and it's got its downs. For instance, the game against the Saints, it really hurt to watch that game. To watch us fall 48-7. 48-7. At least they didn't completely shut us out, but it still hurt all the same. But being an Eagles fan, as I said, it's not about winning. It's not about whether or not we make the playoffs. It's not about rings. Now, it's fun when we win a Super Bowl ring. It's great when we win a Super Bowl ring. Hell, I watched my team win their first Super Bowl ring last year, and it is an experience that I will never forget and that I will tell my grandkids about. When they say, "Grandpa, tell us about the Philadelphia Eagles," I will tell them that the Philadelphia Eagles, whether it's a good year for them or a bad year, I will tell my grandkids the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the fucking world. Because we don't give up. We don't just intentionally tank. We keep going. And that's what it means to be a fan of a football team. Eagles, Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Titans, Bears, Packers, Raiders, whatever. It means you stick with the team through the good times and the bad. It means you are married to that team. It means when you get bumper stickers for your car and represent your team on your car, the shit stays on your car. When you get wall decorations for your office, for your bedroom, for your man cave in your basement, whatever, That shit stays on the wall. When you get a flag, get an Eagles flag to fly on your brand new, look at my brand new 15-foot flagpole, you say. I'm flying an Eagles flag on that flagpole, you say proudly. That means the flag stays flying. From sunrise, from the first minute of the day, when you get up in the morning, to when you go to bed at night, that flag stays flying. If you can afford it, you put lights on the fucking thing, and the flag stays flying. No matter if the Eagles win, lose, or tie, make the Super Bowl or not, the shit stays on your car. The shit stays on the wall. That flag stays on that flagpole. If you are a proud citizen of the Eagles Nation, you are not afraid to show it. That is what it means to be an Eagles fan. It's not about winning. It's not about the playoffs. It's not about rings. It's not about the draft. It's about pride. Being an Eagles fan is about pride. It's about loyalty to the team. And that goes for any football team. I don't care which team you support. If you're a real fan of the team, you stay a fan of that team through the good times and the bad. I would know. I've been a fan since the tenure of Michael Vick. When it was discovered that Michael Vick was beating dogs, suffice it to say, I didn't like Michael Vick much. You don't beat a dog. You don't subject a dog to pit bull fights. But did I leave the Eagles Nation? Did I hop teams? No. When I first began my journey, my very first steps down this big green path, I said to myself, I made a promise to myself that I would stay an Eagles fan until the day that 6 guys dropped my fucking casket 6 feet in a 6-foot hole in the fucking ground. And what do I want my tombstone to say? When I'm old, when I die of old age at 110 years old, and I've lived a full life, and I've had a family, and I've had a career, and I've had my retirement, my nest egg, my blissful retirement when I'm old and full of days and I'm dead. Do you know what I want my tombstone to say? Devoted husband, loving father, die-hard Eagles fan. That's what I want my tombstone to say. And I want a fucking Philadelphia Eagles logo on it in full fucking color. That's what I want on my goddamn tombstone. Because when I started my journey, I made a promise to myself and to the Eagles organization that I would not end my journey until I was fucking dead. And even when I'm dead, when I'm dead and in heaven and laughing my ass off with the Most High, when the Eagles play, I am going to get myself a prime seat above Lincoln Financial Field, and I am going to watch all 60 minutes and all the overtimes of that game. Until the fucking world ends. And even after the world ends, all the Philadelphia Eagles players who have died and have gone to heaven, I'm going to watch them play. This isn't until death do us part, being an Eagles fan. This is forever. This is for eternity. My loyalty for the Philadelphia Eagles football team doesn't have an end. That is what it means. You want to know what being an Eagles fan represents to me? That's what being an Eagles fan represents to me. Sticking with the team through the good times and the bad. I don't care if we go 0-16 next year. I will still be an Eagles fan. I will still be an Eagles fan. Because it's not about winning. It's not about rings. It's not about who we draft. It's not about what the players do right or wrong. It's about pride! It's about loyalty! And that is why I respect people like Pizzle so much. Let me tell you something about Pizzle. Pizzle is a Giants fan. I understand what you're saying. Plague, how can you respect a Giants fan? The Giants are our rivals. Don't you like the Eagles? Didn't you just say how you were a real Eagles fan? What's the deal with you liking the Giants fan? Folks, I don't like the team that Pizzle supports. In fact, I despise the Giants. But when you strip away the veneer of football and just look at if you look at the man and not at the team, then you'll understand. Pizzle is a real fan. He's just like Plague. He's just like the Plague. He's a real fucking fan of his team. He celebrates his victories. He expects a Giants win every single time. He wants his Giants to win every game that they play. He and I, even though we like opposing teams, we like rival teams, as men, he and I share a lot of commonalities about what it means to be a fan of a team. I don't like his team. And of course, he despises mine. He hates, he hates when he loses to the Philadelphia Eagles. I love sweeping the Giants. I love beating the Giants. I love when the Giants lose to the Eagles. You kidding me? I mean, come on, folks. Isn't it fun when we win? Isn't it fun when a new victory video comes out on my channel? Isn't it fun when we're all happy and woohoo and shit? Winning is great. I love to win. I like winning. Winning is fun. Are you kidding me? I love winning. And if the Eagles manage to beat the Bears on Sunday, you can bet that, yes, I'm going to make my little victory video. But after that victory video is uploaded, I am going to party all day. I'm going to party all week. If we beat the Bears. Now, Pizzle and I have the same attitude about winning. Tanking is for losers. Anyone who says that their team should tank, you might want to take a good hard look at yourself and analyze yourself and ask yourself, am I a real fan? Why do I want our team to lose? Oh, because we want a better draft pick. But but there's something you failed to realize. You failed to realize that it's not about the damn draft. I could give a shit about the draft because I don't play. My goal is not April. The Eagles' goal is not April, it's February. I don't look forward to April. I look forward to February. If you strip down, Pizzle and I, if you strip our veneer, the veneer of our football fandoms down, Cop Pizzle and I like the man because he and I are a lot of the same. We don't like the same team, but he and I, we're a lot of the same. Pizzle and I are real fucking fans. Cop Pizzle and I, we are married to our teams. I will never get rid of my Philadelphia Eagles gear. Even if we go 0-16, I will never get rid of my Philadelphia Eagles gear. Even if Cop Pizzle's Giants go 0-16, Cop Pizzle will never get rid of his Giants gear. His Giant shit, I've seen his videos. I watch his videos. I subscribe to his channel, and I am on his notification squad. So I know first, I am on his notification squad, so I know first fucking hand. When Cop Pizzle says the shit is staying on the wall, he means it. That Giant shit has not moved from his man cave since he set the damn thing up. I've got nothing but respect for that man. Because Pizzle is a loyal fan. Now, unfortunately, he's a loyal Giants fan, and I don't like the Giants, but he is a loyal fan to his team. He is a credit to what being he is a prime fucking example of what being a fan of a football team is about. He and I are prime examples of what a real fan should be. Now, granted, he's also an Eli Manning fan, but I can relate. I'm a Carson Wentz fan, but I'm an Eagles fan before I'm a Carson Wentz fan. And when they get rid of Carson Wentz, if he, for instance, moves to, God forbid this happens, I hope it never happens, but if he decides to leave the Eagles organization and go somewhere else, like if he decides to play for, we'll say the Packers, if he decides to be a Green Bay Packer, I'm not going to suddenly be a Packer backer. I will still be an Eagles fan. Disappointed that we no longer have Carson Wentz? Yes. But I'll still be an Eagles fan. Now, Cop Pizzle, he's the same way I am. He really likes Eli Manning. He stands behind his quarterback every step of the way. But when Eli Manning retired, because he's getting close to retirement, he's been playing football for 15 seasons, so he's getting close. He's getting up there in years. When Eli Manning, that is, gets close to, when he finally retires, when Eli Manning retires, I know for a fact that Cop Pizzle is going to stay a Giants fan. He didn't become a Giants fan for the quarterback. He became a Giants fan because that's the path he decided to follow. His blood is blue, just as my blood is green. And that is why I respect Cop Pizzle. He's a real diehard fan, and he is fiercely loyal to his team. And if you say anything against the Giants or against Eli Manning in front of Cop Pizzle, he is going to make sure that you know to prepare to defend your honor. If you say, likewise, if you say bad things about the Eagles or Carson Wentz, hell, even Michael Vick, to me, I'm going to fire back. I'm going to say something back. I'm not going to let that go unfucking answered. You've seen the Saints fans comment on my videos. You've seen the Cowboys fans comment on my videos. You've seen it firsthand. I always reply, and I always offer rebuttals. I always offer rebuttals. Another thing that this Cop Pizzle guy, that Cop Pizzle and I have in common, is we're men of our word. If I make a bet and I lose that bet, I will pay off that bet. I will pay off that bet. Now, I haven't lost a bet yet, but honor demands that I pay off that bet in full. So if I lose a bet, I'll pay off that bet. We take our lumps. Anyone who knows me, anyone who's seen my videos knows that the plague always eats his crow. He always eats his slice of I've always eaten my slice of humble pie if we lose. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think crow tastes very good. I don't think humble pie is particularly delicious, but I've eaten it anyway. I've always eaten my humble pie. If I'm wrong about the Eagles winning, then I'm wrong about the Eagles winning. Doesn't mean I have to be fucking happy or like it. Pizzle is the same way. Pizzle, I don't know him personally, but I know him I know his videos. I know what he does on YouTube. Pizzle has always eaten his slice of humble pie. This man, he doesn't like it, but when he has to, he eats his crow. Let me give you an example, because he's made more bets than I have. And that one bet I made with Cop Pizzle, I actually won. But the bets that he makes, when he loses bets, he pays them off. When E-Rock, he's just like me. When E-Rock and Cop Pizzle made that bet that the Eagles would beat the Giants, and Pizzle would send E-Rock his hard hat, or E-Rock would send Pizzle his championship belt. When Pizzle lost that bet, he sent E-Rock that hard hat. He didn't want to, but he did it anyway. When E-Rock made that bet that if the Eagles beat the Giants, Pizzle would put his wife on camera. When Pizzle lost that bet, I saw that video. I saw Pizzle's wife on camera. I witnessed that shit. Pizzle did that. He did what he said he would do. He and I are men of our word. He and I, those are bets paid off in full, fair and square. Pizzle and I are honorable men. We are men of our word. I am a man of my word. I've got an Eagles t-shirt that I love so very, very much. I got it as a fucking graduation gift from college. If I ever make a bet with somebody, say, I'm talking about Cop Pizzle, so I'll use him for an example. If I make a bet with Cop Pizzle involving my Eagles shirt, if I lose the bet, Pizzle is getting that shirt. Now, I haven't done it yet, but if I lose that bet, I know if I win the bet that I'm getting what Pizzle said he'd give me. If I lose that bet, I may not like it, but I'll have to bite the bullet, because if I lose the bet, that means that Pizzle is getting his new shirt. He doesn't have to wear it. He can if he wants to. It'll be his shirt. It'll belong to him. But I will send him that shirt if I lose the bet, which I haven't made, by the way, because the regular season's over. The Giants aren't going to the playoffs, and the Eagles aren't going to face the Giants this year, but next year. But this is a hypothetical example. You understand? Why am I talking about Cop Pizzle so much? Why am I bringing up Pizzle so much? The reason I'm bringing him up so much is because he and I embody what it means to be a real fan. I've been a Philadelphia Eagles fan for about, I'd say, 10 years now. It's 2019. I've been an Eagles fan for approximately 10 years. Some of those years were good. Some of them were not so good. But you know what? You stick with the team through the good and the bad. This has been a decent year for us. This has been a decent regular season for us. But if we lose the playoffs, I will still be an Eagles fan, because I know that there's always next year. The year before last, we didn't make the Super Bowl, but there was always next year. And the year after that, which was last year, we won it all. We took it all. We took home the Lombardi for the first time in Eagles history. And that is why I stick with the team through the good and the bad. Because for every bad year, I know there's going to be a good year too. This was a decent regular season for the Eagles. This was an easier year to be an Eagles fan than most years. I'll give you guys that. This was a fairly easy year. This is a fairly easy time to be an Eagles fan. But there's uncertainty going into the Bears game. I know there's uncertainty going into every game. You get nervous before a game, hoping will we win? Will we win? I hope we win. Of course you hope you win. I hope we win every single game that we fucking play. And for those of you that are saying, oh, get off Pizzle's nuts, you're sucking up to Pizzle. Hey, take Pizzle's cock out of your mouth for 5 seconds and realize a few things. The only reason I bring up Cop Pizzle is to illustrate what a real fan is and what a real fan does. This isn't a case of sucking up. This isn't a case of brown-nosing. This is a case of what it means to be a real fan of something, to have a passion for something, to love something as much as I love the Eagles. Now, arguably, I've got two teams, the Eagles and whoever's playing Dallas. And as luck would have it, the Seahawks are playing Dallas on Saturday. So, go Seahawks for the time being. saying is, that's what it means to be a fan. This is what it means to be an Eagles fan. This is what it means to be a fan of the Eagles, the Giants, the Jets, the Packers, the Raiders, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, whatever. Saints, Cowboys, Texans, Titans, Patriots, whatever. This isn't some bandwagon operation on this channel. This is pure Eagles fandom right here. Pure Eagles football. You're not going to see me change my shit to a fucking, if the Patriots are having a good year, for example. You're not going to see me changing my theme to a Patriots theme. You're not going to see me change my theme to, let's say, the Texans. Let's say the Texans are going to go 16-0. You're not going to see me changing my theme to a fucking Houston Texans theme anytime soon. Or a Cowboys theme. Definitely not a Cowboys theme. I fucking hate the Cowboys. I can't stand their ass. I can't stand their fan base. But this Eagles shit, all these Eagles logos and these Eagles videos, they're staying on my channel. They are staying on my channel. They are staying on my channel. Because when I get, even when I get myself a damn job, look, I'm fresh out of college, folks. Just got my degree last fucking month. And when I get myself a real job, after work, during football season, I'm always going to look forward to coming home on a Thursday or a Monday. And I'm always going to look forward to Sunday, depending on when we play. Because I'll be coming home to Eagles football. I'll grab my fucking boys, we'll sit in my fucking living room and watch the Eagles. I don't give a fuck. Because I will be an Eagles fan forever. For real, forever. And that is what it means to be an Eagles fan. And the reason I became an Eagles fan in the first place, I admit, I became an Eagles fan because I didn't know football back in 2009. It took me a while to grasp the concept of what football actually was and how the game was played. You don't come out of the womb knowing how to play football, and you don't come out of the womb knowing that the offense, the team who has the ball, the team that has the ball has 4 tries to advance the ball at least 10 yards. And if they get it in the end zone, that's called a touchdown. The opposing end zone, that's called a touchdown. It's worth 6 points. If they kick it through the goalpost, that's a field goal. It's worth 3 points and this and that. You all know the rules. You all know the rules of football. It took me a while to grasp them. So, the reason I became an Eagles fan back in 2009 was frankly because I liked the logo. I thought the logo was cool. I thought the color scheme was cool. I thought their jerseys were cool. Now, I'm not going to lie. I still think the logo and the colors and the jerseys are the shit. They've got to be the best jerseys in the league. We got to have this. We have undoubtedly the snappiest goddamn uniforms in the fucking National Football League. Fuck that Patriot shit. The Eagles uniforms are way better looking. Because you don't see very many teams with this midnight green and white color scheme that we've got. You see a whole bunch of teams with the fucking red, white, and blue scheme. Texans, Giants, Patriots. We got the snappiest uniforms in the league, the Eagles. I admit, that's the reason I became an Eagles fan. But then I started to realize something. As I watched the games, because that's what you do as a fan, you watch the games. I watched the games. And I watched a little football when I was in high school and when I was in college. And I watched a little professional football. And I got a better grip of how the game was played. And I decided, based on how the Eagles played, based on the fact that we played with determination and drive, and we strive to be the best that we can every week, and we strive for an Eagles win every time. We don't just tank like some teams do. We keep going. We never intentionally throw a game. We're not out here throwing, we're not out here losing like the Browns. But on the other end, we're not out here cheating and deflating footballs like the Patriots. We are doing the best we can with what we have. Their stick-to-itiveness, their gumption, the fact that they don't give up. The fact that we don't give up. I started to respect the Eagles more and more till I arrived at this point. I'm aware I didn't start making Eagles videos until about the start of this year, of this football year. I'm aware of that. Maybe I should have started making YouTube videos sooner, but you got from 2009 all the way to this year, all the way to the end of 2018. I was caught up in school. I had jobs over a couple of summers. I stayed with family a couple of Christmases. I couldn't exactly devote all my time to being a YouTube guy, making YouTube videos about the Eagles. Until recently. Until I, of course, started making videos about the Eagles. And I decided to keep doing it. And stick to it. Like the Eagles are doing. Like the Eagles stick to it. Stick to the goal of victory for every game that they play. So yeah, I admit it. I haven't been making videos for a very long time. Less than a year, in fact. Less than 6 months. And wait a minute. I started making Eagles videos in, I believe, September. For about 4 or 5 months. We're some guys who've been making football videos for years. And I'm just starting. I'm the fucking baby up in this son of a bitch. But you know what? That's okay. Because all you need to know is I became an Eagles fan in 2009. And then I started just respecting the team more and more until I decided, there came a point in my life when I decided to share my love of the Eagles and my loyalty to the Eagles with all of you. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to the viewers. All right? The people who watch my videos. To my subscribers. And I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to Cop Pizzle, the man who inspired me to make this Eagles content. I admit, he was the guy who inspired me indirectly to make this Eagles content on my channel. And that is my pre-postseason, pre-playoff speech. There will be more videos. I'll be reviewing this last regular season. And I will be going over, we have the opponents for next year. I'll be going over who we're going to be facing next year in the next video as well. And then of course you've got your post game for the Eagles versus the Bears. So there will be more video. That's going to happen. You will see more videos on this channel. All right? I admit, I don't know much about the draft because I don't watch very much college football. But after draft time, I'll go over who the Philadelphia Eagles picked. You'll definitely get names and positions and their schools. Names, positions, and schools after draft day. All right. I have decided, yes, I will post pre and post game videos for the preseason. All right, you're going to see preseason. You're going to see preseason, regular season, postseason, and draft videos. If the Eagles make the postseason, but you're going to at least see preseason, regular season, and draft, and a pre and post game video for the Super Bowl. Even if the Eagles didn't make the Super Bowl that year, you got to pick a team for the Super Bowl. It's the law. Maybe it's not the law, but it's like the unwritten rule. I probably won't get as excited or as zealous if the Eagles don't make the Super Bowl, of course, because my Eagles aren't playing in this and that. But you'll see a pregame video for the Super Bowl. But until the next video, Auf Wiedersehen, stay Teutonic, fly Eagles fly, and thank you, Capizzle. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for inspiring me to do my shit. I will see you in the next one.